Okay guys, here we go for the test. I'm gonna back this thing in the water and I'm just gonna let it sit, run the pumps, check for leaks, got my hatch and everything off, and we're gonna go from there. It's windy, so there's gonna be some wind noise because we are out at the lake. Okay, so we're out here on the water. I left my tray off and I just coming down here to take a look, and everything, nothing was leaking at all, except I did notice a leak, and believe it or not, it's coming right there from my metal, the silicone right there on my metal exhaust. Just got like a little pinhole in it, but still, I was like, holy crap. So if you're ever trying to find leaks, this might not be a bad way to do it. Just come out here with this off. Definitely you should have a plug for this because water will come in. But now that everything looks good, I'm gonna go ahead and run the system, and then I'm gonna put my tray back in. Awesome. So I'm out the lake and I'm gonna test everything. Now, a couple things to take note. Number one, depending on where you hooked your pumps up, and what I mean by that is depending on this, whether it's sucking into here or sucking into here, you have to set your switch. So right now my switch is backwards. So I just need to pop that lens cover, that cover back off, put it the other way, and then flip the switch around, and everything will be in the right direction. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill my bag up here on the starboard side. I just did the port side, and as you can see, with having those vents, dude, it sucks it dry. It just completely collapses it. So absolute perfect. That's what I wanted to have happen. So I'm gonna get this thing filled up. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, my other switch, it didn't come today, the electrical part. I didn't get it. So because my switch didn't come, I'm gonna have to unplug my back pump, my side stack pump, and plug it into my center locker pump. That's why I kind of have the wiring loose right now. When the next switch, when the actual electrical switch comes in, of course I'll get it installed, but this is my day to be on the lake, so I couldn't pass it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that valve. I'm gonna go ahead and, that valve is shut. Let's go ahead and pump these up. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, hey, there we go. The bag's filled up. Shut the pump off. Fully full. There we go. It's just gonna vent the extra pressure out. Pretty much as soon as that thing starts pissing, I would shut it off. So now the bag's fully filled up. Last step is to suck it dry. So we're gonna go ahead and empty. And there you go. Definitely if you want to get the boat next to you wet or someone swimming by, that would be pretty funny. It's powerful, man. Alrighty, she's gonna start spitting over here. When she's doing that, you shut it off, and again, collapse. Nothing left. Okay, so I know maybe I seem a little down on my dumps. All that hard work, dude, oh my God. Let me tell you, just to be able to come out here, hit a couple of buttons, don't gotta remove seats, everybody can, right when it's on the boat, I can take this off. That is awesome. So, I can drain this thing. As soon as we're done, I can hit the drains and go, and it's just gonna pump the boat dry. Bada bing, bada boom. But yeah, dude, this is sick. All right, let's test the center locker. Alrighty, let's see what this center locker does. Ha! Wouldn't you know it? It works. Awesome. This is nice. This is nice, not having to leave this this door open the whole time I'm filling. Let's let this thing fill up. Stopwatch, timer, we'll put the timer on it and see how long this thing takes. What I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Yep. And then as soon as she spits, that's it. Now, yes, I do realize that this thing is freaking popped, lock, and ready to drop. What I will probably do, I'm gonna empty a little bit of this out now. I'm actually gonna empty the whole thing. Perfect. Now, I think this whole thing probably took about 4 minutes or so. So, if I got both valves open on both side sacks and this, I'm only looking at maybe 4 or 5 minutes. And then I'm gonna have my transom bag on the back. But we all know that rodeo and how that thing goes. So, dudes, boys and girls, I think that this concludes this video. All right, everyone, so we're here in the headquarters of Jeff's Jet Boat, and I want to give you my full overall review opinion of all these videos after all the work's been done. We just got back from the lake. We've been out all weekend. Damn near went through a tank of gas in the boat, a full tank. Surfing, wakeboarding, foiling, everything. Was it worth it? Yes, it was most definitely worth it. You know, it was a lot of work, and especially trying to make a YouTube video on top of that made it quite a bit harder. But I'm very happy with it, and I'm glad I did it, you know? I can fill the boat while I'm going, while I'm at speed, I can fill the boat. I can of course drain the boat at speed. I just hit some switches and that's it, man, piece of cake. The second switch came in, and I mean, everything just works awesome. And kind of what I do now is I get the transom bag going first, and then I hit my switches and everything's done. It really is fantastic. Now, the way I did it doesn't have to necessarily be the way everyone does it, but I wanted to give everyone just an idea of, you know, this is one way to do it. Is there anything that I would change? Probably not, honestly. Everything went through, everything went through as planned. Once you cut 3 or 4 holes, I mean, the first one you measure 100 times, takes you 20 minutes to cut it. By the 7th one, you're just eyeballing it and zipping it in there. So, but again, take your time, think it out, and go from there. And obviously, if you do it just exactly as I did, you know what to do. And to each his own. It is fantastic, especially now. What I've been practicing is when I surf, is riding switch, and then also riding switch on the starboard side, on the driver's side of the boat. And this is nice just because I can pump and fill those side sacks easy. I don't have to have seats off to fill anything. It's just really nice. Oh, and while we're surfing, if I feel like we got a little bit too much weight in the boat, I can just hit the drain button while someone's surfing and drain water out as we're going to see if it fixes it or not. And then I can bring more back in. So that's another awesome thing, which is kind of cool for testing. We can drain and fill on the fly while we're surfing. Like too much rear weight, let's drain some of the side sack out. Let's drain some of the center locker bag out. It's very awesome. I will have a description. I think I got everything in there. There's lots of parts and pieces that I've used. If you guys see something, there's not a link, put a comment up. I read all the comments, and if it's a good question, if it's a real question, nothing crazy, I'll answer it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video series. Next up is going to be the engine noise dampening, some trailer videos, and the swim deck marine mat, because I had to redo mine. And I think that's going to be the next few videos. So thank you everyone for liking, subscribing, all that stuff. It helps big time. And take care. See you on the water. Bye. Jet boat, baby. Jet boat.